versus Rexa.
Well, hello, friends, and welcome to my possibly worst invention ever of... Oh, I'll keep all of these cards, actually. So, of potentially my ultra underpowered Sir Reno'Thun deck, which is a Reno Priest deck, which I don't think I've ever really seen before, with the Cthulhu package, as well as the Akanai Circle package with a Cleric and Shadow Word. What's not Shadow Word? Yeah, the two Shadow Words, obviously. And then the Power Word shield. So I chose Novice Engineer instead of Loot Hoarder because I also have Bran, who is Ultra. Ooh, look at this. This might actually turn into something. So I'm going to coin here, even though I know that's probably a bad idea. But coming up against a really fast deck. Oh, and these are bad death rattles. So my idea was that I needed some extra cards in here, in Priest, like always, because Priest suffers from a weaker early game. Oh, this is looking like a horrible early game. I don't know if these cards... I mean, I can basically curve out, so I might as well take something at the end of the curve I have in my hand. So Priest generally struggles with early game, being able to control the board in any sort of reasonable sense. And as such, these are lots of cards. So I threw in a bunch of early cards and the Cthulhu package that give me some early game minions that you can just play on curve, which is why I think Dragon Priest became such a thing. And obviously Light Bomb really helped Priest at that time. And I wish that Light Bomb was around in some fashion, or at least something better than the... whatever Priests, I don't even know what it is, the AoE removal that destroys all minions that have 2 attack, and there are quite a few of the Dragon Priest cards, or Dragon cards that have 2 attack, that are relatively vital to Dragon Priest survival. If that gets buffed next turn, I'm basically dead. Can I even run into it fully? Not really. Is it worth the buff? And so, I thought the Cthulhu package would be a good solution to having some minions outside of the Dragon package. Obviously, Dragon Priest still exists. You just have to figure something out instead of Circle. If this gets buffed up to a 4/7, I basically lose, right? Not really. I can just do this and then go phase. So next turn, I'm just going to play my 4/2 with Divine Shield. Even if that does get buffed, I'll deal with it. Somehow, eventually, because I'll be able to kill the 4/3 is basically my thinking. Oh no, it gets a taunt. What's wrong with me? I know how cards work sometimes, despite being this low in rank, this late in a month. Please let me win. Yes. I can handle a little quick shot, and you have to trade, right? And you don't trade. So yeah, the other I do have the 2 AoEs that Priest has, and because this is Reno, I know it kind of destroys the quote-unquote consistency. This is still really bad, right? I mean, I have to trade him in. There's no point in going face anymore. And I did take out the 2 Priest-specific Cthulhu cards, despite the fact that Priest does have 2 specific, instead of just using the neutrals like I'm using right now. Well, that's something, right? And, this is definitely something right now. So, I took those cards out because I put Sir Finley in, and the reason I put Sir Finley in was because, we're going to be able to clear my board. Oh, am I going to be able to do something amazing here? And so I put Sir Finley in because generally, this hero power is regarded as weak. And, oh yeah, I will be able to do something pretty sweet, right? I do Shadow Word Death on that. That's 3, then I play this, then I trade in there. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Wait. Do I want to have this? What is it? +3/+3? Yeah, I'll potentially put that on my Cleric. I don't mind which one of those 2 gets it, to be honest. That's pretty good buffs. So because the Priest hero power is generally considered to be weak, and both of the... well, one of the Priest Cthulhu cards is specifically... I'm not really bothered by that. Lets me heal. I can live with a bit of a heal right now. Ooh, Doomsayer is another card that I included in order to face off against. Yeah, I don't mind taking one of those back.
Right away.
Don't mind hitting you. And see, that's just... It's obviously not a strong card. A 2-mana 2/3 is not strong, but it's something to be able to play on curve. Whereas a lot of time priests would then right now just be stuck holding things. Having this is kind of cool, although if he gets another weapon I might be in trouble because there's just going to be too much face damage. Yeah, that's kind of a scary one, right? And then Mind Vision I also included because I thought Mind Vision is an always kind of fun card to have. So I have options, obviously. 5, 6, 7, 8. I can clear his board and find out what else he has in his hand, which is kind of cool. I think Mind Vision's good early because Priest lacks strong early cards, at least in this deck. Not that I'm thinking this deck is good, I just think it's going to be kind of fun and maybe a little silly. But I can't get a heal off if I do that, if I just trade, right? Because that's 2 plus 5 becomes 7. Oh, and then I do this, I just don't get to Doomsayer the turn after. Or like Doomsayer into his turn. Which is a bit of a consideration, but I think I'm far enough ahead on cards and now I'll know what he has. Yeah, that's pretty good. So now we know we can't allow him to live, right? And we give him what should be effectively a dead draw. And yes, I don't get to heal this turn, which honestly might be my undoing. I understand that, but that's okay. Oh, what's he doing with that card? That's the only other card I don't know. Wow. That was a pretty gutsy move, I think, on his part. 8 and just heal? 9 and heal, right? I don't really have any beasts, then I might as well develop a stronger board. So yeah, because we knew what else he had in his deck, we couldn't allow him to maintain that, or to hold on to that. Ooh, his other... But he knows. No, just go face. No, why? He knew that, and the thing is, he knew that I had this, so I really don't know what that play was. Thought Steal, do I have enough mana? I don't have enough mana, because I need to heal, unfortunately. This needs to happen. Okay, so what's better right now? I need to heal. That has to happen, because I'm way too close. So now the question is, what's better? An Acolyte or a Thought Steal? And I'll go Thought Steal because it's 2 things in my hand right now. Hey, that's pretty cool. That combos. That combos for a taunt plus a heal next turn. So that's a good thing. And if this guy's going to continue to trade when he shouldn't, I'll take it. Wow. Like I said, I'll take it. So this is definitely a match I should have already lost a few turns ago if he just started going face instead of trading, because he would have been getting damage in every turn. So this is obviously not a good representation of what this deck can do, or what I think this deck can be doing. Yeah, that's unfortunate that he's quick-shotting there. Yeah, this is obviously not excellent, and this is why we played this deck. How do we want to do this? I guess we still trade, right? And this is really... And this is one of the other major reasons of why I chose this deck, or why I chose to go Reno, because Priest does tend to fall behind and have a harder time holding on to a board in the early game, which then causes them to be behind in the mid game, and they don't have the massive comeback mechanisms. But I think that Reno is a comeback mechanism, where without a Reno, this game was basically lost. Obviously, if I drew it earlier, it would have been over earlier. If I didn't draw it, it would have been gone. But my hypothesis here is that Reno is strong enough that it can carry a subpar deck the rest of the way. In the event, like without Reno, I would have lost this matchup basically no matter what I was doing with the rest of these cards. Although, if there was a more... The counter-argument is that if I had a more consistent deck, I likely would have been able to beat him out earlier, control the board, or at least fight for board, challenge him on the board. So we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to keep doing this deck. I think it's a silly idea. I'm sure someone smarter than I am will be able to figure out a way to actually make this one work. Maybe. Or at least, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's competitive. I'm sure someone can take it to Legend, because people can take anything to Legend. I don't really have the time for that, unfortunately, obviously. I'm looking at you. But this is my idea for right now, and I'm going to keep playing it because it's fun.